Hello, everybody, and welcome to the qualifier weekend. This is an event where you need to get to 7 match wins before 2 match losses to qualify for day 2, and then do the same thing on day 2 to make it to the Arena Championship and the Pro Tour. So it's really nigh impossible to make it through, but one can hope, one can dream, one can play their best and have fun, and that's all you can do. If you do enjoy this sort of high-stakes limited, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to make more of them. Oh, it's sealed. Lovely. I was pretty sure it was sealed. I'm also streaming this live on Twitch if you want to join in the fun live. But let's see what we have. Ah, there and back again. A Hobbit's Tale. There's also Flame of Anor, which is blue-red, and Faramir. So my mind is immediately going, ooh, I can play a little bit of red, and then I could play a little bit of blue, and then I could splash a little bit of white. And play all 3 of my really strong cards. I mean, this one's more of like a supplemental really good card, but this card's great, and this card's great. And Display of Power is kind of funny. We'll see what we shall do. We shall see what we shall see. Okay, so the way I like to do builds on Arena is I just do like a boom, snapshot image, get my first thoughts on the colors. I'm like, whoa, this color looks good, or this color looks bad. And Arena is cooperating fully by letting me get that moment. Boom! Okay, so my first thought on my white cards. I've played the set enough that I can just like look at the art and be like, are there any crazy good cards here? But I'll go through them one by one. Just like solid 2-drop, you don't really mind playing these guys. This card's a little bit worse, I think, even though this one's technically smaller stats. I've found that I only really ever want one of these, because if they play like Rally at the Hornburg, it's kind of embarrassing. This card's medium, not really playable outside of very certain decks. Solid card, I like this guy. Mediocre. But yeah, white, not impressive. Only thing I would want white for is to splash Faramir. My second color that I would do an impression of, blue, is just like, there's nothing crazy in blue, it feels like. I don't like this card. It just feels like it doesn't kill what you need it to kill. This card's solid. This one's okay. Elrond's great. This card's honestly performed pretty well. And then other than that, like, this card can be okay sometimes. But blue and white aren't looking the best. Black, I can only see half of my cards, but I already see that I have a March from the Blackgate and 3 Dunland Crebanes and a Lash, and I like Haunt of the Dead Marshes. So honestly, my black cards are looking great, and that's only like half of them. Okay, and it then fell off a cliff because we don't have any other black cards. Black is kind of tempting, but we are lacking a little bit of depth. Red, we have There and Back again. We have a couple of Erebor Flamesmiths, a couple of improvised clubs. 4 of Orcs, which plays well with Dunland Crebain. Honestly, we might just play black-red, which you often play in sealed because black and red just have a lot of good cards. Let's see our green. I mean, it would let us play, and then we could splash blue for the Flame of Anor if we wanted. What's in my green? Fall of Gil-galad. Honestly, has not been as impressive to me. It's kind of hard to set this up. But it's like a card you're definitely going to play. And then there's Woe's Pathfinder, which I like. This card's pretty reasonable. This can be fixing. And then we don't have any top end. Okay, we have an Ugluk, which can go well with Sax Synergies. Galadriel, not Galadriel, or Galadriel, as they would say. Arwen. Faramir is a card that I would love to play, but I don't know if I can. Strider, Ranger of the North. Mirror of Galadriel. Let's see. If I wanted to play blue-white, I have a couple of blue-white gold cards. Blue-white gold cards, you say? You don't say. Well, if I play blue, then I can probably splash Faramir. I kind of just want to see what my black-red deck looks like, not gonna lie. I think it just has a lot of good cards in it. So let's just add all of my black cards, and then all of my red cards, and then see how many cards I have and how much hemming and hawing I would have room for. This is a lot of clicking. This is the sort of fast clicking that you need to get good at if you want to be good at Magic the Gathering, because it's clearly one of those essential skills. And 1 Mirkwood Spider. Nope. And a Mirkwood Spider. This is 49 cards. I could definitely make some cuts here. But one of the things you want to do in Sealed is just maximize how many of your powerful cards you're playing. Here, I'm giving up on Faramir. But I don't think I can really fit Faramir in because my blue cards aren't that impressive. I guess I have a couple of these for interaction. I just don't have any like early creatures, which you kind of want in sealed. You definitely want early creatures. White has some early creatures. Blue doesn't have any 2-drop creatures. And this deck has a lot of 2-drops. Green has a few 2-drops, 4 2-drops, and a Mirkwood Spider. Faramir I could probably play Faramir if I played. Nah, I don't know. I don't think I want to play more. I want to play at least black or red. I would definitely want to play red for this card. I can fit you in, Faramir. Faramir. Jeez. Let's just cut the bad cards like Fires of Orthanc. Display of Power is not that good. I've honestly always kind of hoped to do something cool with this. It's kind of cute with Improvised Club, with Lash of the Balrog. Grima's not the best. Fiery Inscription is sometimes good when you have a lot, so we'll keep it in for now. Rising of the Day is bad. Not a fan of that card, if I can help it. I'm not a fan of this card. I'm not a fan of this card, really. So we have plenty of decisions to make in this deck. Like, we could totally play this one. I like Swarming of Moria, but not enough to play it, I don't think. 4 instants, 4 sorceries. Maybe not enough for Fiery Inscription. Maybe, though. Maybe I would play Orcish Medicine. So that's one version of the deck. Let's see what we could do if we just didn't play black. Like, what if we really just wanted to get this Faramir in here? Like, if I wanted to splash blue in a white deck. I don't think I could ever play straight blue-white, but I could play white-red splashing blue. That gives me a treasure. And I probably wouldn't splash the Flame of Enor just because it's kind of hard to cast. But white-red splashing blue does have a decent number of playables. How many instants or sorceries is this? 3 and 2, so I don't want Fiery Inscription. This is a build that lets me play Faramir. And Gwei here, but I don't even know if I need the Gwei here. How many Ring Tempters do I have for this Stalwarts? Not many. My white cards aren't adding a lot to this party, I must say. I think my black cards are just better. They give me some removal, some fun times, a lot of amass synergies. Faramir and 1 Great Hall of the Citadel. Let's do it. So I'm pretty sure I want to just play red for sure. I don't want to play mono red quite, but I mean, I'm kind of close to mono red. If I wanted to play green red, I could probably do some stuff there. I don't need that many cards of a secondary color. And then I could just play straight up Jund, but I don't know if it adds that much power because my green cards are mostly like enablers, like Woes for ramping, Mirkwoods, and I don't really have any like crazy stuff there. Let's see if I want to play blue-red. Twitch chat suggesting it, and I'm interested to see what it looks like. Because I do have this Fiery Inscription, and I do have a lot of instants and sorceries. Hmm. Hmm. I don't really want the Grey Havens or this guy or anything, but how many wizards are in this deck? Any? No wizards. No wizards. Sad day. How many instants and sorceries? 10 instants, 5 sorceries. That's pretty cute. And I have a couple Erebor Flamesmiths to go with that. I wouldn't want to play that card. I wouldn't want to play this card. I think this deck's just a little bit too cutesy. Like, it's got a lot of instants and sorceries, but I just don't think it's good enough. I could also splash Faramir in this deck, which Chad's pointing out, which is true. Like, I could play Faramir, because I have this land, this, and the treasure. So I could get away with one of these and still play the Faramir, because I'll have 3 sources. There's 16 lands. And this does play all of my good cards, There and Back Again, and Faramir and Flame. Through the Faramir and Flames we carry on. We'll be on my own mind, we'll be on your honor. Day after day, this memory must go on. Twitch chat's asking if I would play the white land cycler. I don't play land cyclers unless I have 2 of the basic land to go get. That's sure, it's like my general rule. I'm sure that can be broken, but I don't like doing it because you end up in situations where a lot of the power of these, like, and almost I would say at least half the time you're getting a land. But if you end up in a situation where you play like, where you draw them both in your opener and you need extra lands, you just get really hosed. If I was playing a second plains, I would play the Eagles. I could totally play a second plains here if I wanted to. This gives me 7, 14, 15, 16. I want to play another mountain for sure. This is 15, 16, 17 lands. I don't really have a ton of ring tempting here. Are my improvised clubs good here too is another thing I'm trying to figure out. Because I don't really have any disposable creatures to sack to them, whereas my black deck I have a million. Do I have a lot of legendaries? Otherwise I could just play a second plains and the cycler. Good call, good call. I have Grishnok and Elrond. So I guess that probably would be better. The thing about this deck that's interesting is it doesn't really know what it wants to be. It doesn't know whether it's a control deck that just tries to win with like late game stuff. It's not really good at aggression because I don't have enough 2-drops. It doesn't really hold up its mana that well because I have like a couple of instants, but then I have a lot of sorceries. But it does play my Faramir, which is a really good card. I then could also just play black and I gain access to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pretty good cards. Fiery is pretty good here too. Display of Power works well with some of my cards. I honestly might play Display of Power. And I might just try to avoid playing double blue spells. Because I don't have that... Like, when you only have 7 blue sources, it's kind of hard to get double pips. Like, Saruman's Trickery is nice. But it might not work. Is Elrond worth playing? Definitely. Just scrying is good. I don't think I want any of these blue cards. I don't like Surrounded by Orcs. Grey Havens. This honestly is probably the best version of my deck in terms of colors. Because even though March of the Blackgate is really good, Faramir just wins you the game on its own if it doesn't die. I do like Dunlin Corbane with these improvised clubs, but you can usually find a use for the improvised clubs. I also really like this guy. Can't play that. Breaking of the Fellowship does tempt me, and it's an instant or sorcery. I'm not sure where I'm going to be able to play this Saruman's Trickery. Eagles of the North honestly is like a fine card to play here, but it's not like that good in my deck. It's going to make it harder for me to flood and get mana screwed, which is nice. I wish I had some like top end black cards. It's just mostly Dunlin Corbanes and this thing versus Faramir. I think Faramir's pretty good. I kind of like this build more too. It just feels more fun. I think Breaking of the Fellowship is not very good, so I'll cut that. Cast into the Fire is more of a sideboard card a lot of the time, but I've been fairly happy with it in the main deck as well when I've been trying it out. Treason of Isengard. Do I have anything super powerful to get back with that? Not really. 10 instants, 4 sorceries. Rohirrim Lancer can be sacrificed to Improvised Club, which I like. But other than that, it doesn't do a ton. It's just a 1-drop that's reasonable. Might cut Willow Wind, because I want to keep my instants and sorcery count high when possible. And I want to keep as many ring tempting in as possible as well, because I feel like that gives you a good advantage in the late game. Horses of the Bruinen. That's another ring tempting card. What is our tempt count? 1. Kind of, not really. 2, 3. I guess I'm not going to be able to ring tempt very well. Which means maybe I want this guy. Do I even want Elrond? I feel like scrying is nice. I don't really want to bias my deck too much based on the fact that I have like a couple of things like Erebor and Fiery. But you can, I also have Fiery, so that's 4. Put in Captive Umbar, give me some actual looting. I don't love Treason of Isengard. We don't have anything crazy to get back. I have 4 Avorks, which is okay. I might cut Saruman's Trickery, but I have a lot of good stuff that I can hold up now. Display of Power is kind of clunky. Breaking of the Fellowship, it would help me get my count up. I would then have 1. This also tempts you, maybe? No, it doesn't. Oh, it does, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of cut one marginal card for another because this can do some stuff, but also can do nothing. Just gonna keep all my early drops. I tend to shave on the top end of decks. And I want to keep as many ring tempters as possible. Now that I'm adding all my ring tempting back in, I think I can cut that. And I will then, my last cut will be 1 mountain. It gives me 16, 17 land sources essentially. And yeah, I have more red, but I also have double blue cards that I want to be able to cast. This plays all of my ring tempting, which I think is going to be nice. I don't have a ton of creatures, do I? Not really, but I have some cards that make creatures. Yeah. It might not be the best. It might be better to just, like, not go all in on the ring, but I really want to be able to get the ring going, I think. And if I do, then I'll have a good late game, and I can, like, don't really need that card if I'm going to be playing the ring. Display of Power is interesting because you can actually do some good stuff with it. It works really well with Improvised Club. You just deal 8 to your opponent. But that's really the only card it works well with in my deck, and I only have 2 copies of this. It also works well with Foray of Orcs, if you get to the late game situations, but it's a little bit niche. It's kind of like a Breaking of the Fellowship card, which is also niche and lower ceiling, but I just like the fact that this can have ring tempts me. So maybe I'd rather just have an instant speed effect that can copy my opponent's stuff. I'll just play this thing for now, and then I can make changes later. This is going to be the deck, I think. Do I want Battle-Scarred Goblin? Probably. So yeah, I'll see you folks in the games. Hey there! If you are enjoying my videos and would like to support my content, you can do so at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon is a way for viewers to support the content that they enjoy so that more of that content can be made, and my Patreon is no different. It really helps me dedicate the time and effort needed to make videos, and when you become a patron, you gain access to exclusive rewards as one of the ways I like to say thank you, like access to my card-by-card tier lists for each set, drafts with me, and other cool things. Special shout out to those patrons who support me at the credits level. I really do appreciate it, and without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. This is a cool hand. Erebor into Fiery Inscription could do some stuff, and then I have Swarming of Moria to deal 3 to my opponent. I don't have an island just yet, but I don't need one quite yet. I have this thing which can give me a one-time blue source. Okay. Okay. So this thing's going to grow, but I think I can race them. And I can put it back with Isolation. No blocks. I know it's tempting to try and get a trade in here, but I think their life total is going to matter more than mine. And I feel like they probably have more amass cards. If I draw an island here, I'm going to be in really good shape. So what do they have? So they have Counterspell? So I'm like 6 spells away from winning. And I have 3 spells in my hand. I just need to find islands. Feels like they're holding up like a counterspell or something. Because unless they drew that this turn, then they could have cast that before. Okay. Easterling Vanguard. Like, they were definitely holding up some blue card, I think. Because unless they just drew Birthday Escape, which is a possibility. Okay. So they milled both my improvised clubs and my 4 orcs, but they didn't mill any islands. Squeaky Windex bottle. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. Well, I need to find an island to cast this. But I do need to cast my Isolation at Orthanc this turn. And I'm going to cast it on my main phase, so that they can't have any sack shenanigans or counter magic. And now I just need to draw an island. And I have milled a lot of cards, so of these cards, a third of them are islands. And if I can cast Farm here, I'm probably going to win. They're also playing Surrounded by Orcs. I'm almost certain they're splashing white. They played like blue and black cards. And if they have no creatures, then I'll just be drawing a stream of cards with Farm here. But I think I need to draw a playable spell next turn or an island, which I do have a screenshot of my deck. I could draw there and back again would be great. Rohirrim would be great, unless they milled it. What have they milled? They might still have that counterspell that I thought. They might have Glorious Gale. Because on turn 3, they didn't do anything. And then they proceeded to play Birthday Escape and Easterling Vanguard, which makes me think, oh, they probably had one of those and were deciding to hold something up instead. Perfect. If they have a counterspell, they'll counter my Relentless Rohirrim for sure. But this way I can get a loot in. If they have Gandalf, it doesn't work out great for me. Because this thing will die. But I'll at least get a loot. And I think I can't afford to really play around Gandalf here, because I am kind of on the precipice of, like, every point really matters. So yeah, I did fulfill my requirement of drawing a playable spell. Most of my deck was going to be pretty good for me here. Be it islands or... I wonder if my opponent went AFK. I'm going to ditch the double blue spell. I just need to keep this stream of playables going. Wow, so many subscribers today. I really appreciate that. Did I thank Squeaky Windex Bottle for the subscription? I don't think I did, but I really appreciate it. And now thanks, Fish. I appreciate it. It means a lot that you folks are deciding to support my content. But yeah. I don't know what my opponent's up to. Maybe they went AFK. And if they did, then I just got a nice little win in round 1. Feels like my opponent is tilted. It's a dangerous game to be tilted. It's dangerous. I know that looked weird. I had a cardboard thing, and then there's a garbage thing over across the room, and I decided to try and throw it. But then I realized that there was a dangling light, which would have messed with my arc. And then my next thought was I could go get it and throw it again. But then I also realized that I could have just thrown it with my other hand. Oh, looks like my opponent left. Well, easy win in round 1. I'll see you folks in round 2. Welcome to another round. On the draw, we're going to keep this. We have probably our best card, and even though we don't have islands right now, we have a foray of orcs which can catch us up, and then we can play right there and back again. Greetings from the Philippines. Wow, there's so many folks around. So now we have something to kill with it, which is nice. Okey-doke. I'll probably cycle the Eagles of the North, just so I can guarantee play this. This is why I'm glad I have the second island, the second plains, I mean. Now they might hold back Esquire of the King, and then I can make it unable to block. Twitch chat is asking if I put islands in this deck. I decided that I didn't really need them, because if I can only play half of my cards, then my opponents might have a chance. Okay. The way I view Oath of the Kingbreakers is like a 4-mana 3/3 Shroud creature. Okay, so they have a Shire Sheriff. King of the Oathbreakers. This is really the only card that matters on my board. And now they have to chump block Smog with their king. And if they do kill Smog, I can cast all my spells. It phases out. You create a tapped one. Okay. Got there. I don't think there's a ton of ways to play around Torment of Golem or King of the Oathbreakers. They seem to have a lot of little creatures, which does make Breaking of the Fellowship better, and does make me feel happy that I've got this cast into the fire. On the draw, do I want a 2-3 or a 3-2? I kind of just want a 2-3. Feels like it'll block better. Even though Elrond's way better, generally speaking. Like, they have a couple of 2-2s, and I don't really have good blocks for those early in my game plan. So Captain can block a bit better. Opponent is in the tank. So I've seen 4 spells from them. All of them beatable, but all of them pretty high card quality as well. Nice! We have all our colors. I'm doing well, Twitch chat. I'm doing well. Mullet-proof bonk. It's fun to just have events to play in, so I'm happy this thing's around. This is a good hand. So far, we've won 2 games, and we're up in a match and a half. What the heck is this? Oh, it's a lizard. I was going to say frog, but it's got a tail. And frogs don't have tails. Tadpoles have tails. Oh my gosh, are my opponents trying to play best of 1 here? Like, why are they not showing up? Okay, there they are. Nice. Instantly rewarded. Captain of Umbar, let's go. So they have both colors. They have taken about the same amount of time as me. I shouldn't be complaining. Nice. This is one of the reasons why I'm not the biggest fan of the Westfold Rider, because it feels like 1 toughness and it's a major liability. I do want to trade with it eventually because I don't want it to snipe my there and back again. But I can always 4 of Orcs it too. That card's pretty good sometimes. You can build your deck to have some sacrifice stuff, which in sealed is going to happen sometimes. So yeah, I'm really happy I have the Captain of Umbar because it blocks the Shire Sheriff without trading. And now I can 4 of Orcs, kill Westfold Rider, then play there and back again and be in great shape. They have 3 cards left. Okay. Not the best. You hate to see it. There goes there and back again, I guess. But I guess they have Westfold Rider, so they don't have to worry about it. Yep, they take 4 of Orcs. Look how good this 2/3 is doing, by the way. Look how good it's doing. Rosy Cotton, sure. I just have to survive a couple turns and I'm at 20, and they have 4 power in play, so. This would be amazing if this worked. Rosy's such a huge problem. Nice. Faramir, sure. I'm going to save this so that I can give Smaug the ring. Or the 1/1 the ring. I'm going to take 6 here. They have a good deck. I think this is my best chance of winning. Get the attacks in. Get him on a 3-turn clock. And if I draw an improvised thing, then they're just dead. It'll do 6. Oh, that's sad. Hmm. Losing Smog is a painful blow. That's pretty good. I can deal 6 to them now. Twitch says holding this counterspell for removal would have been better. Maybe, but I was also like, they would have had these 2/1/1s, which could have jump blocked Smog. I couldn't have really attacked then. Is this way I kill the Haunt and they lose their Faramir? And they can't bring it back. Okay. That didn't work out. That worked out quite poorly, actually. It went about as badly as it could have gone, maybe. If I just traded with this guy in combat, they'd have their 1/1, but then they wouldn't have. They'd still have claimed the Precious, though. Yeah, they're just decimating me. That's so brutal. Oh, their deck is so much better than mine. My gosh. They're just playing all, like, pretty reasonable cards. At least it feels like their deck is better than mine. Like, they don't have any duds here. Oh, well. See you folks in the final game. It's 1-1. They have a lot of removal, interaction, good cards. This is a tough matchup. Okay. So I could use this to copy a lot of their cards. Lash, Claim of the Firstborn, Torment of Golem. Willow Wind seems good because they have a lot of 3/3s. Or at least they have some, but they have King of the Oathbreakers and Faramir. That guy's good because they have a bunch of 3/1s. Hmm. 'Cause. 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 'C What is my last cut? I cut one of those. They have a bunch of 1/1s to punish it. It can't really attack very well. I know it'll probably do some damage just sitting in play, but it's really tough. I'd rather draw a Willow Wind almost guaranteed. I'll keep it. Got all my colors. In this hand, I'm happier to have Willow Wind. We're drawing some spells. This is good. Hobbit's Sting. Maybe my worst draw. It's a spell at least. Does not do much. That's a really good draw. Gives me a blocker for Rosie and for him. I might have to use this to kill Rosie. Like if they play Shadow Summoning here or something. Shire Sharif. Okay. I think I have to gamble that they don't have Shadow Summoning. And if they do, I have to hope Willow Wind is good enough. Oh, please work. Oh, oh my gosh, I can't believe that worked. If I drew Farm here, that'd be really nice. I think my average draw is better than a 2-drop. King of the Oathbreakers, sure. My sideboarding is coming in clutch. Huge. My sideboarding is paying dividends. That card could win me the game. Sure. Dang it. This is so unfortunate. I'm going to lose to this card. I can't kill it. That was my only good blocker for it. Yeah, I don't really have good answers. Land revolve. Thanks, deck. Gosh darn it. That was unfortunate. I just drew too many lands this game, and they had the removal spell for my 3/4 flyer. Yep. Too little, too late, I think. I have to kill this. The problem is I don't have a way to gain life or stop the king. Do I have another improvised club somewhere? No, I already used it. I already used Hit's Lane Knots. I already used my bounce spell. I have an Isolation Door I think I could draw. I think I have to kill this thing this turn. And then Saruman's Trickery, and then there and back again, and hope I draw. And then hope they don't have a way to answer it. Which they probably do. But that's my best bet. And I have to counter their Shire Sheriff with the Saruman's Trickery, it feels like. I just have to hope they don't have any spells for the rest of the game, pretty much. You're kidding me. Becomes the target of a spell. So I have to draw Isolation at Orthanc this turn. I have them just continue to do nothing. I certainly enjoy how many lands I've drawn this game. Oh, if I draw 4 of Orcs, I just kill it. Can you imagine how good that would be? Aw, man. Because 4 of Orcs doesn't target. Or maybe it does. I don't know, it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. That's frustrating. I mean, I don't really mind, it happens, but like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, I only have 4 lands left in my deck. Makes it hard to win. I mean, they drew a lot of lands too. I guess they have 8 lands. They probably have more lands in hand. But I've gone through 6 more cards. And I've drawn more lands. It's just tough. If I'd drawn this a turn earlier, if they hadn't had the kill spell for my 3/4. A lot of stuff. Oh well. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. I'm gonna do my best. But, you know. Ugh. This isn't one of those events where I'm like super disappointed for losing, because it's not like my pool was crazy good or anything. It's like deeply medium. I've got a couple of good cards, but in order to play them, I have to like make my mana pretty garbage, and I lose to that. Or honestly, that last game just felt bad because I was in a pretty good spot, honestly, and I just couldn't buy my way, draw my way out of a paper bag. Oh well. Okay, mountain. Nice. Less nice. I'm just gonna pass. I'll try to Glorious Gale something. They don't have anything in play, and if they don't play anything, then I buy myself some time. I don't think they will play anything. Never mind. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. Cast into the Fire looking pretty reasonable. I have plenty of action. Ugh. Ugh. I think we're going to win this game. Thank gosh I get to counter that stupid Torment of Golem. Making this a 3/3 was my dream, so I can just chill. I'm attacking because I have them on a 7-turn clock and they have me on a 12-turn clock, so this is just really good. This is why it's good not to get frustrated. You just roll with the punches, see what the game gives you. So normally I would be just slamming this Eagles. What's in their hand? I think I am just going to jam the Eagles. Sure, it makes my improvised club worse, but it gives me another big threat. And now I can't cast Faramir either. But again, I can just do some good stuff here. They're functionally at 9, so... And I have removal. So yeah, pretty good shape. Grishnock. Oh my gosh, if they have Lash of the Balrog, I just lose now. Oh gosh. Well, I tried. Do they have improvised? Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Just so punished by them having like that 2-card combo. Oh my gosh. I don't think that 2-card combo could have come close to beating me if I had. It could have. It would have just stolen my orc. But they wouldn't have anything to sacrifice to kill. The fact that I only had one creature was protecting me. And I can't cast both. Oh well, I tried. This game was pretty unfortunate the whole way through. That's funny. I can't believe I thought I was going to win that game at one point. I thought I was in really good shape. But they were sitting on a bunch of spells. They were just waiting to blow me out. Okay, so they have... Because they have Grishnock, I don't really want 2-powered stuff. Kind of like the opposite of last time, because Grishnock can like steal Captains of Umbar. Maybe not the best sideboarding decision, but I think it'll be good. They have a lot of instants. It is unfortunate that I warped my deck and my mana and everything to play Faramir, and I haven't drawn it a single time. Actually, that's not true. I did draw it. I just didn't get to play it. It is one of the things about Magic is your deck looks a lot worse than it is if you don't draw your best card. And, I mean, I've drawn the Smog card, but Faramir's better, I think. In a lot of cases. Okay, I'm going to keep this. It's sketchy, but you have no guarantees in this game. You mulligan and you just lose to like even worse hands. And if I draw an island, then this hand just works out perfectly because then I can draw 2. Two lander. If I miss an island for a couple turns, it's not the end of the world. And yeah, there we go. Sure. Well, that's an easy no block. Here I'm tempted to play the Rohirrim. Okay, if they trade, I'm definitely going to play the Rohirrim. Because if they had a 3-2, the Rohirrim doesn't do much. I do expose myself to them. Oh, they can't take this with Grishnok because I made it legendary. Perfect. Perfect. Because I don't want to let them play Grishnok, steal my god, Lash. That's the nightmare. Also, this hand worked out. I drew a bunch of lands. Let's go. We can totally win this game. If I draw a land, I can copy Flame of Anor. I mean, one more land, I guess. I could have copied the deal one, but I think that I would resolve the deal one first, and then it wouldn't. Their 1/1 wouldn't be in play yet. Oh, I get to draw 3 still. That's sick. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that was how it worked. Oh my gosh, I got to draw the full 3. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. Nice. Very nice. We have plenty of cards, but I have enough cards to win this game, I think, at this point. Well, it wasn't draw 3 for nothing, Chad. I did play a 3-mana spell for my hand. But it was a 3-mana, make a food, deal a damage to your opponent, draw 3. There and back again. Oh, that's very, very, very beatable. Oh, that's so beatable, in fact. Oh, them attacking me is almost definitely a mistake. I can't imagine a universe where that's correct. I'll even let them attack me again if they want to. I'm saving this for Smog. I can kill something with this or just draw 2. I didn't have to sack anything to the card because it's nasty and the sacrifice is part of the cost, not the resolution. I'm stunned that they're attacking here. That's why I assumed they would try to block. And if they did play another creature, I can Breaking of the Fellowship them. Because I have a couple of improvised clubs that I can draw into now to win the game. And if they play another creature to try and block, I get to kill it with Breaking of the Fellowship. What are they going to kill with Lash? They're swamp cycling? What is happening? So next turn they're going to hit me for 9. Breaking becomes a real removal spell. They don't have removal? What? I don't die to an improvised club. I made sure of that. Or I would have sacked the food. I think we've got him. They can't block my Battle Scarred Goblin. There's no way they can deploy effective enough blockers. They have to have 2 kill spells, I think. And even then I can draw some answers with Flame of Anor. I guess if they have 2 improvised clubs. That'll do it. Stay out of improvised club range at all costs. Okay. Round 3. They have so many sacrifice things I can't ever bring in Leechcraft. That would be insane. Ugh. Basically don't want to be vulnerable to Fear Fire foes. We'll keep it. Sure. That was a great draw. I figured they'd have Grishnok. I can't afford to play Fire Inscription right now. That was so good for me. I really want to play Isolation at Orthanc. Or, they have another Grishnok. I think I got him. I'm in such good shape now. Got my ring going. There and back again. I've got the answer in hand already. And this thing is a delaying tactic. Sure. That's a great draw. Yep, they have another Grishnok. So they're going to play Grishnok, take my Lancer. I just have to hope they don't draw Lash. Yep, so this will do 6 to them. I knew they had that card. It's all about what they drew this turn. I mean, if they drew Lash, that was going to be pretty good for them anyway. But giving myself another Menace creature is pretty dang good. Because now they have to be able to block everything. Okay, Smite the Deathless. We got him. Yes! Ooh, that was good. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We're just doing our best, chilling, having some fun. Nice hand here. I think we played that last game really well, and I'm really proud of it. I'm also happy that I didn't get really upset after the loss in the rather frustrating match, and so I was able to bounce back and play well. And I think if I played worse, we could have lost that game very easily because it was razor close. I also knew they had that second Grishnok, which I felt pretty happy about, which I learned from game 1 that I had lost in that kind of crazy game. Okay. Sure. Yeah, sure. Gorbag. Call him Garbag because he's terrible. This card's really hard to block when he has the ring. If I draw another land, I can get this Rohirrim down, and then I have my Ring Bearer. Okay. Nice. Vanilla 2/2 almost every time. I'm going to definitely take on my Erebor guys again. Black Breath is so good against the current configuration of my deck. Well, this isn't great. But I'll get to Saruman's and then Improvise Club and Breaking to clear their board. Doing some chip damage in the process, maybe. The thing is they cast a spell into my open mana last turn and I had nothing, and I definitely would have countered it. So they definitely have no fear of a counter spell, and yet they don't cast anything anyway because why would they? You do your best with what you got. They almost certainly have removal, which is why I have to go for this more aggressive play. I have to try and draw a mountain here, I think, because I think they just have a kill spell, and I lose. But I tried. I could have played Relentless Rohirrim and gone for the block on this guy, but I think they just have to have a kill spell with the way the game is played out, which is why I was looking for the answer. We just didn't find it. That was just an unfortunate situation. I could have also tried to just use my improvised buy time that way. So I'm getting rid of these two guys because they get completely owned by that card. I didn't see any one toughness guys. Actually, I did. I saw this guy. I did see a Golem's Bite as well. So do I have any 2 toughness guys I can get rid of? Pretty much that's all of them. You want at least 1 2-drop. So we'll bring in this thing. We didn't see any sacrifice shenanigans, did we? Gorebag, but that doesn't play around hit lane anyway. I'm glad to hear it, El Capo. Ugh. That's why you play best of 3, because you can lose the first game to a little bit of misfortune in the lands department and then bounce back. Still unfortunate that I haven't played the Faramir yet, because that card can win you the game on its own. Opponent doing some sideboarding of their own, it looks like. Sure. Pretty controlling hand, but that's kind of what we sided into. I'm going to play this because then I can curve into 4 Orcs or a Willow Wind. Palantir, sure. I'll lose life. That's a lot of damage. I'll let them draw the cards next turn. Auto pay because I can't hit a land drop. Maybe when I'm at 6 I shouldn't trade 2 damage for 1, but I do just want to get them dead. And I would love to draw a land this century. It would be my true joy. Okay, what are they going to take? They're playing Nimble Hobbit? That's crazy. Three mana deal 14. I've never seen it do that much damage. Not gonna lie. So they're just going to draw an extra card every turn now and get their scrying. Oh, they have +1/+3. What am I doing? This is awful. I just want to concede. I definitely should have just put it on the... Yeah, I choked. That's literally the only card they could have, and I just ordered the blockers like a moron. Could easily lose me the game. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the factor that loses it for me, though. Yeah, that's game. It's really hard to win when their 3-drop deals 14 to you this early in the game. Maybe it was an error to take the... I mean, I don't think it's an error to mill. Milling 3 cards and having it be worth 14 converted mana cost is absurd. But yeah. Let's just go out swinging. There's no way I win this game anyway. Holy gosh. Man, that's so funny. -30. They did 15 with that one. 3, 6, 10, 15. Couldn't just mill an escape from Orthanc or Golem's Bite. They only have spells in their graveyard. Well, I tried. I don't think there was anything I could have done in this match, really. I played my best. My pool was deeply mediocre. I didn't cast Faramir a single time. I'm not really complaining. I'm just pointing out some of the factors for losing. I don't think I played particularly badly. I think I played pretty reasonably. My sideboarding was reasonable, I think. But it's hard to go 7 wins before 1 loss. And, yeah. This pool was just a little bit lacking, I think. It's nice when you can play a consistent 2-color deck. And I just wasn't able to do that. And also my draws weren't the best, it felt like. Or my opponent's draws would be really good. So, oh well. I did my best. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, leave hashtag #NoPrince in the comment section down below because I didn't get to cast the Prince of Athelion a single time. But it was still a fun run. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.